Hi everybody, welcome to Sade's Tarot Tea. Today I am going to be doing a video on the zodiac sign Scorpio. So before I get started talking my stuff, I'm going to address the celebrities that have to do with being a Scorpio, okay? So we have, of course, the infamous Drake. I have to make note of him. We have Leonardo DiCaprio. We have Ryan Gosling. Didn't know Ryan Gosling was a Scorpio. Interesting. Don't kill me, people. Anne Hathaway, Julia Roberts, Whoopi Goldberg, and Hillary Clinton. Interesting. I didn't know Hillary was a Scorpio. Also, we have Kendall Jenner. So the Scorpio personality, everybody is intrigued by Scorpios. I myself have had my fair share of Scorpios, and honestly, I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the beautiful, because we all as zodiac signs have it. And so everything I say, I'm not coming for Scorpios, but there is just so much to talk about with them, and like what I did with the other zodiac signs. But I know that this is a zodiac sign that people love knowing about. So in my personal experience, I've gotten to know the beautiful sides of Scorpios and Scorpio placements, and just how dark they can get and just how mean they can get. And I've actually been on the receiving end of a Scorpio's personality, and it is not a good feeling. It is not fun to be on their bad side. I've been on a Scorpio's bad side. And so I can talk about that, and I can talk about the beautiful things about them, and I want to address the good things about them because people are curious about that, and people want to just talk about how, oh, Scorpios are so sexual, and that is where I come in, and I'm going to talk about that too. So the main thing that I'm going to knock out of the way is the whole thing about Scorpios and sex. So the main thing that I've noticed with the Scorpios that I've known, or the people that have Scorpio in their chart, they are not your fucking sex toy. Let me say that right now. I'm going to defend the Scorpios, okay? They get this a lot. They get intruded on. They get called certain things. They get, whistled at. People think it's okay to invade the Scorpio's privacy. They think it's okay to just be intrusive on the Scorpio. And yes, although I am curious about them, and I've had friends that have Scorpio in their chart, and I've asked them very intimate things, and they're just like, back the fuck up, I don't want to tell you. And I'm like, okay, fine. Although I've been curious, I back off, because it's like they don't want to tell you, and they're very private people. So I find it fascinating that people seem to think that it's okay to either cause the Scorpio pain by just doing nasty shit to them, by even sexually harassing them, and by also, I have to address the dark side because that is what Scorpio is all about. Even they deal with being raped, unfortunately. Scorpios tend to be the ones that get unwanted sexual attention because people think that it's okay. Oh, they must want it because they exude all of the sex appeal. But that doesn't mean that it is okay to intrude on their personal privacy. Everyone is entitled, no matter what your zodiac sign is, no matter who you are as a person, you're entitled to that privacy. And yes, Scorpio is ruled by two planets. One is about passion and drive, and that is Mars, and it's a warrior planet. It's the darker side of Mars that Scorpio is ruled by. And Pluto is the darker planet. It's the furthest from the other planets. It's wasn't even considered a planet. But also what comes from Pluto is, the occult, and death and transformation and rebirth and being better than you were before, and standing your ground and being and rising from the ashes of and being a phoenix. And I'm passionate about it because, I kind of have my third house in Scorpio, and in my Vedic chart, I actually am a Venus in Scorpio. So I understand kind of the way they think a little bit. But I also have my Venus in Sagittarius, so I understand both sides. So like I was saying, they're not your fucking sex toy. People think that just because, the Scorpio exudes these beautiful this beautiful sex appeal, that they must want it. Oh, they want it. No, they don't. They don't want it. And it takes a lot for the Scorpio to open up and to trust people. And once they feel like that trust is broken, then they don't forgive you. And it, like I was saying about cancers, it's very hard. It's extremely fucking hard for a Scorpio to open up to people. And you can know them for the longest time, but they know everything about you, but you don't know shit about them. And they prefer it that way, honestly, because they feel like, you know, there's power in knowing who they are. There's power in knowing their darkest secrets and knowing their fears and their insecurities, which are a lot. Believe it or not, although Scorpios are very confident, they're one of the most insecure zodiac signs. And I don't say that in a mean way. I say that in the most respectful way, because the reason that they have so many insecurities is because people think it's okay to intrude on them or to make nasty comments at them or to make them insecure. They often attract a lot of abusive partners and a lot of abusive friends, and that will intrude on them. Now, don't get me wrong, Scorpios as well can be very dark and manipulative and conniving and vindictive, and I've definitely witnessed that, you know? So I'm not completely saying that it's the other person's fault. Scorpios can be very dark too, and when they're operating from their lower level, it is the hardest thing to forgive them once they fuck you over. It's so hard. And Scorpios are very good at doing that. Trust me. But also, I don't want to completely focus on the bad. I don't. Because I've met some very beautiful Scorpios. I've met Scorpios that even if they were in pain or they were hurting, I can see the beauty in them. And it is, once you see that Scorpio rise from the ashes and become who they are supposed to be, it is the most rewarding thing that you can ever witness, being next to them, because they don't let anyone in just to let anyone in. They're very private people, like I said. They really take everything that they have to the grave. They'd rather take their shit to the grave than open up to people and risk not trusting that person anymore. They rather just keep that person at a distance and just let them think that what they want to think about them. And if you want to think that, then fine. The thing that I find very cute about Scorpios, I have to expose them, that's what I do, is that they will call you out for being obsessed with them. But the truth is, they fucking are obsessed with you and they fucking love you and they don't want to tell you. And it's just so funny. And you'll make jokes at them and they'll be like, that's not fucking funny. And you're like, but you made the joke about being obsessed with me. And they're like, yeah, that's okay for me to say that. But if you say it, oh, you're being disrespectful. That isn't true. Hey, take that back. And you're like, but you literally just said that. Why is it? And they're like, yeah, it's only okay when I do it. Okay? Watch your back. And that's why I like dragging them, because it's funny. Don't kill me, Scorpios, okay? I just kid. But the thing that I love about them, honestly, and it's dark, is that they have that very obsessive mwahaha type of vibe to them, and I think it's cute. And kind of my Venus in Scorpio Vedic chart part likes it. Just shh. And also my Capricorn sun loves that shit. But what I truly love about them is that they are one of the most loyal zodiac signs out there. Yes, there are those Scorpios that people will argue with me that are just fucking ruthless and they're not loyal. Yeah, they do exist. But for the most part, if they really fuck with you, if they really love you, or are obsessed with you, they will take your secrets to the motherfucking grave. And they will never hurt you unless you hurt them. Now then, yeah, let's talk about that. Now, when you hurt a fucking Scorpio, oh, it is all fair game. They do not play fair. They do not care if you were their friends. If you fucking hurt them, they will fucking end you. And they will make sure that you never fucking disrespect them again. And they can be one of the most ruthless zodiac signs out there. And they can be one of the most vengeful zodiac signs. I mean, their sign is the Scorpion after all, right? Once a Scorpion feels threatened, it stings. And once the poison begins to set in and it kills you, it hurts, of course, right? That poison does take a minute to set in. But once the poison is in you and it's affecting your whole entire body, good luck trying to get treated. Once a Scorpio has affected you and its venom has sunken into your body, you will never be the same. And it's good luck trying to get your old self back, because repairing that, unless you're fucking Wolverine, good luck. Also, knowing a Scorpio and having a Scorpio by your side can be one of the most rewarding and honestly the most beautiful things ever, because seeing them transform and seeing them live their life to their fullest potential, and they're rooting you on too, is so rewarding. And once the Scorpion becomes more aware of themselves, it is so astounding to watch them. But also seeing a Scorpio that is so hurt and so broken and lost in the world is one of the most saddest things I've ever had to see. I have this thing about me where I like dark souls, okay? I do. I mean, I love Nancy, after all, from The Craft, and she would have been a Scorpio, right? I mean, I think she would have been a Scorpio. But the thing that I feel like I need to say is, Scorpios, be careful who you fuck with. Be careful how much revenge you seek. My lesson for you, I guess, I want to say, like I've kind of been doing with my videos, to be wary of is to be careful about how much you seek revenge on people. Remember that it is not your thing to take karma and spin it to your benefit. Scorpios have this thing about them where they like to spin karma and mold it and shape it and throw it at that person and say, well, I'm going to take karma into my own hands and fuck with you. And that's what Scorpios like to do. But what they fail to realize, and my warning for them, is be careful when doing that, because what happens is karma always comes back around 10 times fold, and it will hurt you just as bad as it hurt that person. So that's the darkest thing I feel about Scorpios, is that they can be very selfish. When they're very hurt, they can totally like shut down and detach and throw karma at that person and make sure that person never hurts them again. And yes, it is okay to stand up for yourself, but to what degree? Sometimes you have to let karma do its job on its own, and you just sit back and watch, I guess. So that would be my lesson for Scorpios, I guess, if I had to say a lesson, right? Because that's what I'm all about. Sagittarius up in this bitch. And that would be what I would say. Loving a Scorpio, being in a relationship with a Scorpio moon, or whatever sun, Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, whatever placement you have Scorpio in, Venus in Scorpio, can be the most rewarding thing ever. It can be the most beautiful and fun. And of course, they like sex, but only with that person that they trust and they emotionally trust. And once that trust and that emotional bond is broken, they don't ever look back, actually. And they can forgive you. Scorpios can forgive you. They can be very forgiving. Depends on what you do, but they can be very forgiving. But the thing to do is, if a Scorpio is upset with you, just let them be. Let them come to you when they're ready. Let them come to you in their time. And a Scorpio will know the impact you had on them. Don't forget that. If you're a good person and the Scorpio pushed you away, because I've been on the receiving end of this from some Scorpios, and you tried your best to make things right, or you try to be a good friend to them, don't let them take that from you, because when they are hurt, they will try to do that. They will try. Some Scorpios. Just let them come to you when you're ready, when they're ready, and when you're ready, if you even feel like dealing with them still. Now, if you did something wrong, own it. Let the Scorpio forgive you when they're ready to forgive you. But if you did something like fuck their person, then good luck. That has been my video on the Scorpios. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making this video, and I really enjoy talking about Scorpios. I mean, this video is like 15 minutes long, so that should say something. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Scorpios, talk to me. What's up with you guys? Like, let me know in the comments below. Did I touch on anything that you didn't agree with? Did I say a lot that you resonated with? Educate us, okay? But like I always say, keep it sweet, clean, and fun. And yeah, this has been Sade's Tarot Tea, and I hope you guys are having a good day or night. Bye, guys.